Hey friends, I hope you're all doing great. And today we'll see strings in C language. And actually, there is no string data type in C language, but we can use character array as string. So, in simple words, string is nothing but a character array which is terminated by null character. So, null character indicates that this is the end of the string, but that doesn't mean it is the end of that character array. Okay, so let's get started. So as usual, we need a header file stdio. Okay, and to manipulate and handle strings, we need another header file, that is string.h. But I am going to show you both the ways to handle strings, like to get length of the string and copy the string in both the ways with library function, and you can do it manually. I would say for beginners, you should try both the ways to handle strings. You must know that how exactly it is working, and especially you need to be careful that you know how that null character is working in that case. So, and we need our main function. Okay, and let's say we want to calculate a string length of a string. So for that we need a character array, let's say a, and we can initialize it here, let's say coding. And another way of getting that input is manually doing like a for loop. So you can do like first you have to get the length of the string. For that you need a scanf that will scan the length of the string, let's say L. And then you need another for loop that will work something like this: I less than L and I plus plus. And again you need to get one character at a time and store it in that array. So that's not a great thing, I would say. And there is another way of doing that. So first is initializing, then you can do this for loop or while loop. And another thing is you can use %s format specifier, which will take a whole string as an input at a time. But the problem is it will take up to the space, so it will not look for a new line if it gets a space. So let's say you are giving input like a name which has a space in between its name and surname, so it will just take the name, not the surname, because it stops even if it gets a space. It also go to up to the end if it doesn't get any space in between. Okay, so another way of taking input of string in C language is getS. Okay, this is a library function. So you can type it like getS and pass a name of a character array. So in case so for that we can't do it like this for now. So let's say you declare a sorry. So you declared a character array of size 20, and now you can do something like this. So these are the way you can take input of string. So for now I'll just initialize it with a string just here. So, and we'll see how to do different operations on it. So let's say we want to get the length of a is the character array, and for that we can type string length. This is the library function which is inside this string.h header file, and we need to pass the string character array, and it will return the length of that string. That is an integer. To store that integer we need a variable. So let's say L is length of that string, and let's print that. Length is equal to %d and length L. So let's run that. string.c, and there is no compilation error, so no syntax error actually. And to run it, okay, yeah, a dot out, and you can see it says length is equal to 6. So the length of this word coding is 6. So this is how you can calculate it using library function. And to calculate it with a loop, so we need an integer, so let's use L. Okay, so initialize L is equal to 0 because it's initially would say length is 0, and then we'll increase the length. Okay, let's not do that because we are not using for while loop here. So after that, just a of L, if it is not null, and null is written like this, null is a character, so it is in single quote and slash 0 and L plus plus. Okay, so this is going to rotate until it gets the null character, that means the end of the string. So, and the trick is you can put a semicolon here, so it will keep rotating until it gets a null character. Okay, so there is no block of for. Okay, we have just put a semicolon here, so it will stop here. And then just print f again, that same line, so copy that line and print it here. So let's run it once again. So no syntax error, and it says 0. Why is that? Okay, I said it's equal to null, so it's not going to be null. We have to put not equal to null. Okay, it will rotate until it's not equal to null. Okay, sorry for that mistake. So compile it again and run it. So as you can see, both are 6. That means this for loop is working, and this for loop is same as this string length, calling that string length function. Okay, so that's it for string length. And we can also copy a string into another string. So for that we need 2 strings. Let's declare another string. So copy this. Okay, and let's say it is B, and we have C language here. Okay, so first is coding, another is C language. Okay, and we want to copy B in C, B in A. Okay, and for that we can call a library function, so which is strcpy, string copy. So we need to pass two string here, character arrays A and B, so it will copy B into A. Okay, and let's say what we get after that. So omit all these, and we can print the whole string with %s. Okay, and we want to see A. Okay, so compile it and run it. So as you can see, A was coding, but now A has the string C language. Okay, so this is how you do it with string copy function, and you can do it manually with loops. Okay, which is really simple. And we need a variable for that, int I, and I will be 0 at first. Then we are worried about length of B, not length of A. Okay, so we need to check B whether we are getting that null character or not. So we just simply I plus plus, and inside this loop, so remember that this loop is rotating up to the end of the second array which we want to copy, that is B, and then whatever we get in B will store it into A. Okay, So that's a simple thing, so that's it. But remember that null character. So as the null character, let's say the null character is here, and this is, let's say this x is null character. In case of this string array, this string coding, the x is null character, and in the case of b, this x is null character. So this x is getting overridden by this whole thing. So as this is the bigger length is longer than this string, so it will get up to this, and after that this thing will come, and there is no null character in a after copying b. So we have to put that null character manually now. So now a of I, because a have reached the end, so a of I, we just need to put that null character manually here, and we are done. Okay, and after that let's print this line and omit this thing, because it will already copy that thing if we do that. So it will first print the value of a, which is without being copied the b, and then it will print the last changed value of a. Okay, save it and compile it and run it. So as you can see, okay, sorry, okay, so as the size of a is 6 and the size of b is longer than that, so b cannot be copied in a manually. But string copy function, the function string copy that I just showed you, strp cpy actually, yes, so a comma b. So string copy actually dynamically increases the size of a as per requirement. So this is why string copy can do it absolutely fine, but we cannot do it now as of now. But you can do it manually by dynamic memory allocation. But for now, let's initialize the size with 20 so that it can store this string as well. So now we are good to go. Let's compile it and run it. So okay, comment out this line because it is already copying that string. And you can see a was before just coding, and after this for loop it is showing, this printf is showing printing C language, so it is copied. So this is how you do it with loop. You can do it with while loop as well, no problem in that. And let's do concatenation. So for concatenation we can do a thing like what was that function, okay, strcat, that is for concatenation, and a comma b. Okay, let's run it for once. Let's see, does it change the a? Yes, it changes the first array, and we can do it with loops as well. Let's comment this line and put a space here so that it looks good at the end, so that we can recognize these two strings, okay, coding and C language. And let's comment out this calling and do it ourselves. And for that we need actually that length of the string to go at the end of first string, and for that we can use that same for loop that I just showed you. I is equal to 0 and length of first, so we need a not equal to null, and I plus plus, and put a semicolon. It will keep rotating until it gets a null character, and we will have length in I. Okay, and initialize j with 0, so j is in the first index and I is in the last index. And let's use a while loop here, and b, this time we are copying b, so we need the condition for b. And here you can just keep copying that exact thing like we did in copying loop. So we'll just copy b into a. Okay, and after that we need to increment both I and j. So that's it, but that size can be, it's after concatenation that size can be more than 20, so let's increase the size a bit. And that's it. Let's compile it and run it. So it is just C language, and the reason is j. Actually I cannot put j here. I is increasing also, so I need I here because I is the index for a and j is the index for b, and index of b is starting from 0 but index of a is starting from the end of a. Okay, so now compile it and run it. So as you can see, this output and this output is same. So this is how you do it, and that is concatenation. And then string reverse. Okay, and string reverse, for that we have a library function strrev, and we need a variable that is character array for string reverse, and it will reverse that character array. And let's print it so we know what it does. And for now comment all this out and let's see. Actually this error is coming because string inside string.h str reverse is not present just for Linux. Okay, it will work fine in Windows, so it is just absent. I don't know why in this string.h version of which is for Linux. And if you include in Windows it will work fine. So let's see how we can do it with loops. And for that, let's say we have a character array. We need one character array for now. We are going to reverse that one, and we'll not use another array, of course. And to reverse it we need two variables which we already have here, and one will go up to the end. So this is what this loop is doing, and another is in the first index. So let's say, but the one which is in the end is on the null character, right? So we need to decrease it once because we want it to be in the last character, not in the null character. So this is why this I minus minus, which will decrease the value of I by 1. And let's use a for loop again. And j is equal to 0 and j less than I, because we don't want to cross these two pointers. Okay, it always have to be less than the right index. Okay, that is I, and we need to increase j, and we also want to decrease I, right? No, we want to, okay, yes, we want to increase I, or we want to decrease I because I is in the right side. And inside this we just want to swap those values. So we can swap it like this, is equal to a of I. By the way, you can watch my swapping video for swapping, in which I showed you 3 methods of swapping variables without using this plus and multiplication operators, and you can do it without those with XOR operator. So you can watch that. Link will be in the description, of course. A of I minus a of j, and just copy it and paste it again. And this time we need I here, and it's fine now. The swapping is done. and let's say how it goes. Compile it, no errors, and okay, I think it swapped the values in a right way. So this is how it is. Okay, so this is how you swap, actually reverse the string. And that's it for this video, and this is already quite a long video. Hope to make another video about strings in which I will show you palindrome and few more things you can do with strings manually and with library functions. But bye for now, see you in the next video.